Good afternoon, warm welcome to the Boulevard for the last time this season. The last game in Super League 5 for Hull FC, and Bradford Bulls, the visitors, as they were here back in May. An 8-all draw, terrific contest that night, and in a sense this game something of an anticlimax. Both sides well under strength, and not an awful lot to play for. Bradford have secured third place. Now they will go to St Helens next Friday night and taken the opportunity to rest a number of key players, and Hull's injury crisis still hasn't abated, and it's an opportunity for some of the younger players and some of the senior pros to sign off the season with a good display. They'll be looking for a good display after a bit of a disappointment at Wigan last week, and the team having photographs taken with youngsters out, each player accompanied by youngsters. That's a nice touch. We'll run through the two sides for you. The Hull side: Steve Collins at fullback, Matt Daylight, Craig Simon, Paul Parker, Craig Poucher, Richard Horn back in the side at standoff with Scott Rhodes, second game on loan from Leeds, Paul Broadbent, Andy Last, Paul King, Luke Felch, Tony Grimaldi and Paul Cook. On the bench today: Craig Wilson, Steve Craven, Mick Doherty and Craig Farrell. The Bradford side, as John comes about to get us underway: Justin Brooker at fullback, Leon Price, Nathan McAvoy, Michael Withers, Alex Wilkinson, Robbie Paul back after injury with Paul Deacon at halfback, Gareth Hanford, Gareth Stanley, two youngsters in the front row with Stuart Fielden, Hudson Smith, David Boyle and Brad Mackay. On the bench for Hull today, for Bradford today: Lee Radford, Craig McDowell, Robert Parker and Chris Birchall. And even experience on the bench, but Bradford have been bringing through their youngsters very effectively in the last few years, and you'd expect them to give a good account of themselves. I'm sure Hull would like to sign off with a fine performance here today. A season which the latter third has, well, I suppose you could describe it as a disappointment, but really it's a matter of the injuries Hull have had. Been valuable experience for a lot of young players. Well, here's Brooker with a kick and chase, brought down by Grimaldi. Withers from dummy half. Certainly not a player you want to get into his stride. Tackled on the 40-metre line. Deacon, the inside ball to Mackay. Luke Felch in the tackle, assisted by Andy Last. Boyle into the Hull half. To Fielden. Grimaldi makes the first tackle. Andy Last finishes it off. Deacon, angled kick to the corner. It's going to find touch 5 metres from the Hull line. A purposeful attack by Bradford, and they haven't a lot to play for, but they certainly want them to lose this game. Hull, of course, have sixth spot to aim for. Warrington overtook them for that position, and sixth does look better than seventh or eighth. Daylight really closed down straight away there by Hudson Smith. Here's Paul Broadbent. A good run by Broadbent over the 20. Now King. Good work by Paul King. Starting today at prop. Rhodes, Collins. Up almost to the 40. It's the last tackle. Cook. Looking for a 40-20. He's lofted it. It's going to be taken by Alex Wilkinson, another one of the Bradford juniors who's got a bit of pace. And he takes a fairly high shot from Paul King. Tackle aimed at the chest, but it slipped under the chin, and the first penalty of the game to the Bulls. Right, a real chance again in front of the home crowd for Hull's young players to make a mark for next season.
Yeah, it is. Lots of reserves in, you'd say. Paul Parker brought in at the last minute. I think Fletcher failed the fitness test and moved Paul Cook into the forwards. Oh, another one is out, and out with Paul King there, I think. Referee's going to have a word with him. It's second successive tackle, and it's put Bradford into an excellent attacking position. Mackay finds touch. On the 20. Perfect attacking position for Bradford. Deacon. Fielden for the post. Good tackling. Bradford. Switch move. Robbie Paul for the post. Doesn't make it. Felsh underneath. Anforth stops short. Paul. Dummies. Good. Drops off Deacon. Goes to Brooker. Deacon again. High one. Cross. On Poucho takes it well. Must be a penalty. He was certainly hit in the air by Withers, who argues. I don't think he was penalised for being offside. He certainly caught Poucher in the air, which is against the rules. Cook finds touch. Rhodes, Broadbent. Horn takes him on. Another high tackle. I think it was on Boyle. So Cook goes for touch. It's a good touch, Paul Cook. Rhodes. King charges up. Cook. Oh, lovely ball into the gap for Simon, who'll score! Oh, what a good ball from Paul Cook. What an excellent ball. Perfectly judged into the gap. Craig Simon stormed onto it. Scores 20 yards in from touch. Excellent pass by Cook. Of course, Craig Salmon, one of the Australians who won't be returning next year, obviously determined to go on a high. He kicks it to bring the score to Hull 6, Bradford 0. They've been playing about 5 minutes. Perfect start for Hull. Another long, deep one from Deacon. Straight to Steve Collins, who'll give it to Broadbent. A replay of the first kick-off. Collins runs off. Next to 20. Daylight. King onto a flat ball. Tackled by Robbie Paul and Hudson Smith. Hudson Smith gives away the penalty. So it's Paul Cook. Finds a good touch. Right on, just foot on the Bradford 40. Felsh. Rhodes, Horn, drops off Broadbent. Horn again. Deep ball to Collins. Collins slips with us. Gets the ball back to Andy Last. To Grimaldi. Broadbent. Rhodes straightens up and goes. Collins. Kegels goes straight for the post. King. Cook into the gap for Felsh. Simon, tackle short. Ball to Rhodes, high reverse kick. Well taken by the Bradford defence. King's covered after treatment. Collided with Fielden. His last charge for the line. Withers. Boyle. Gets rid of it. So Withers again. Fielden. Paul, dummies, nice ball out. Bit of room on the outside. Oh, ball well picked up there. Collins coming away with it. Good enterprising play by Bradford. Daylight. Penalty at push down. Pushed down by Wilkins, unnecessary really, made a perfectly good tackle. So Cook puts Hull right on the attack. Oh, great kick by Paul Cook. Rhodes, Horn, goes, slips one. Rhodes running, side steps. Oh, well read by Deakin. Horn again, Broadbent. Run straight. Cook to Felsh. Back to Cook. Inside King will score. And he does. Oh, good support play by Hull. Cook again involved. Cook then Felsh. That ball back to King. And King charged over. Enjoyed that, did Paul King.
Certainly did. One of Hull's form players in the last few weeks since being given his chance in the starting lineup. I wonder, Brian, if we're seeing him actually in his best position at prop today.
I think we are. There's no doubt that's the long-term plan. He's got too big for a hooker now as Paul King.
Cook's conversion 12-0, perfect start for Hull, and Mick at the moment, Hull posing the problems for Bradford, helped by penalties into the Bradford half, but certainly taking advantage of those positions.
Definitely, Steve, used the ball well. Horns, as you say, he's taken the ball to the line and delivered two beautiful passes. It's interesting that the Bulls line on that right-hand side, on the Bulls' right-hand side, is splitting. When they're drifting, somebody's not drifting at the same pace as everybody else, and the line splitting, which is giving a focal point for Cook to attack, and it's paid dividends for Hull so far. So Bulls right behind the 8 ball. They'll need to have a good set here in defence and give no penalties away and get a bit of possession. They've had so little possession because of the penalties.
Here Hull again, a real spring in the step. Determined to go with a good performance. Andy last. Up to halfway. Pretty good return set this. Last tackle now. Paul Cook. Angles it to the corner. Turns Brooker. Just going to be too strong. And to Bradford to restart with a 20-metre tap. Bradford with a few reserves in today, but it's still a formidable looking team lining up. And here's one of those excellent players, Leon Price, this season. Danforth, the prop, young prop. Stanley, the hooker. No James Lowes, of course. No Paul Anderson, no Brian McDermott. high, plays it 8 metres short of halfway. Here's Fielden. Makes a good tackle. Underneath there, Paul Broadbent. Excellent tackle. Robbie Paul drifting outside, worrying the whole defence with his pace. Nice ball out from McAvoy to Alex Wilkinson. Bradford purposeful attack. It's the fifth and last, just short of the 20-metre line. Deacon. Angled crossfield kick. Craig Poucher has to take it and make it dead. Good end to the six. Good set of six that, Mick, by Bradford.
Yeah, good set. Brought it forward and then on the fourth, spread it wide and almost got McAvoy away. Oh, I should say McAvoy almost got Wilkinson away. And Deakin doing well too, kept his head. Looked as though he'd run down a cul-de-sac, but put a superb weighted kick in. And all were happy to see that go over the dead ball line. Cook drops out. Stanley feeds. Fielden winds up and makes good yards after first contact. It's 3 whole defenders and still makes a good 3 or 4 metres. Stanley to Hudson Smith. And Stanley throws one out, ends up with Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul spins, finds Deacon. Deacon to Brooker. Brooker back to Stanley. And, well, forward pass has been called by this popular stand side, but it didn't look too forward to me. They were very close. I've seen those go by the way.
There's a touch judge on the far side who gave that decision. And just on Hull beginning to come under some pressure, they've got a chance to relieve it. Collins. Simon to Felch. King really hitting the ball flat and hard, relishing the game. Rhodes to Broadbent. Andy Lass, nice ball to Collins. Collins finds a bit of space, almost away. Good bit of cover. Cook, Rhodes, Grimaldi inside to Richard Horn, to Cook. Good close support work by the 2 Hull youngsters. It's the 5th tackle. Scott Rhodes kicks an angled bomb into the corner. Oh, he climbs high. Daylight. What a tremendous take by Matt Daylight. Climbed above the Bradford winger and touches down, and a great kick by Scott Rhodes. Brian, tremendous football.
Good try, yeah. Excellent try there. Nice play down the right. Horn and Cook combined well to Scott Rhodes, got the angle bomb in, and Daylight jumps higher than the Bradford winger and put it down. To bring the score to Hull 16, Bradford 0. Kicks it well. Well, I think we've been playing about 18 minutes and the score is Hull 18, Bradford 0.
Sensational start for Hull. Hull playing with terrific enthusiasm and good organisation. A shorter kick-off. It's well done by Bradford. It comes loose. Brooker's going to get it, and he does well. Well, I think those short kick-offs are very effective. I think your chances are slightly better than 50-50 if the execution is right of gaining possession. Because I would have thought, Mick, it's easier for the players running onto the ball than the ones having to turn and be in doubt about where it is.
Well, you have the advantage of the position, in so much as the defensive side is spread right across the field, and you have the advantage of the numbers, which showed there that Price went up and handballed it back, and it ended up with Brooker. The result is Hudson Smith is struggling to stay on his feet, eventually put down by King. Deacon looking to bring Brooker in. Brooker came in on the angle, but well spotted by Hull's defence. Last tackle Deacon will take the kick now, puts it to Robbie Paul. Well, field in there, having a fag, out of time. Got in it, Robbie Paul's way, and the ball ends up with Hull. And once again, Bradford handball it back, but it only goes to last. This is Felsh. Felsh almost gets past Hudson Smith. Hudson Smith hangs on and he's finished off by Fielden and Boyle. Horn spreads it this time. Parker, good tackle underneath from Withers. Looking enterprising, Hull. Prepared to move the ball, Grimaldi. Brought down for the fourth tackle on the half. Last toes it through from acting half. Brooker winds up. Good run from Brooker. And King met him with a big shoulder. And he felt that, did Justin Brooker. Again about Andy King today. Price comes in, gives his forwards a breather. Well, this defence is looking enthusiastic and solid, Steve.
It certainly is. And Brooker felt Paul King's shoulder, certainly there, Hull offside. Robbie Paul takes the quick tap. Bradford with danger here. Robbie Paul weaves his way through, inside to Withers. Withers offloads to Deacon. Bradford keep it alive. Paul out to McAvoy. It's going to be put down. Hull get numbers across. Great defending. Good attack, good defence. Paul finds Hanforth. It's tackled 10 metres short. Deacon drifts across, finds Fielden. Fielden is put down. It's 8 metres away. Mackay, not a great pass. Mackay's put down 11 metres away. It's so the last tackle, or is there two to come? Deacon moves it wide. Paul, kick through. It's going to be too strong. It is. Collins doesn't have to play it. Was in good position there to let it go over the line. Good attack by Bradford, but Hull survive. And the referee waiting till Bradford have reformed. Broadbent. King. Good tackle underneath there. Was that Hudson Smith? Felch. Rhodes finds Parker coming in on an angled run. It's the fifth and last. Cook kicks into the corner onto Wilkinson, who feels it well and got a bit of room to return the ball. Gives it to Brooker. Put down on his own 20. Craig Simon in the tackle. McAvoy. Price. Looking to offload, but still hands are free, but Andy Last gets in there. Put him down. Withers. Ball offside again on the right hand side. While Richard Horn had crept up. So Mackay has a chance to give Bradford a good attacking position.
Yes, they haven't had much pressure. 25 minutes gone, and the Bulls haven't had a lot of pressure. Certainly, Hull have not much defending to do in their own red zone. Here goes Fielden. Fielden pushes that ball forward. That's excellent work from Stuart Fielden. Makes a good 10 metres after first contact on the ruck. And there goes Price. Out to Boyle now. Boyle back to Stanley. It's the move that they use with James Laws. This is Radford. Bradford keeps going. Beginning to drop off tackles now, all. McAvoy makes it to the line. That's a try. Just too strong and too big. Straightforward football from the Bulls, just using the strength of McAvoy. And you had the feeling there just in that last couple of sets that Hull were just starting to drop off the tackles, whereas the defence had been very sound and solid prior to that. Been very precise with the defence.
Okay, big blow. Deacon kicks. Deacon converts. Good conversion, 18-6. The margin down to 12 points. Craig Wilson on. What will probably be his final professional rugby league game, Brian. Good career in Australia. Been dogged by injuries this year. But we've seen enough of Craig Wilson now. He's a canny footballer. Good deep kick-off. It's Hanforth heading it up. And now Brooker. Bradford make the 30-metre line in 2 plays. Fielden switches direction, surges to the 40. Mackay running up close to the ruck, gets over the halfway line. Paul angles a kick over the top. Should be daylight. It is, and he finds Steve Collins. But that's a good Bradford chase, 4 men there. And they covered both Hull players. Simon from acting half appeals for a penalty. Bradford Marcus square there. Daylight, meanwhile, runs off. His last game for the club. Craig Simon also. Steve Collins. They want to put on a good farewell show, and certainly have done so far. Broadbent, as last, draws the markers, attempts to open up a bit of space for Paul Broadbent. It's the 5th and last. Paul just short of the halfway line. Last comes the short side. Craig Wilson kicks through, finds touch at 30 metres out. Well, that did strike a Bradford man, but I would have thought it didn't play it. I would have thought it ricocheted off him. Referee consulting touch judge gives Bradford the head and put him. I think that's a fair decision, Mick.
Withers, chance for Price to open up, comes inside, good steps from Price, and lost the ball. Big tackle from Broadbent, and last, yeah, just when Bradford were just getting it together then. Rhodes caught in possession, hasn't been caught in possession too many times in this first half. Felsh, slammed to the ground. And this whole crowd getting onto the referee. And Wilson carried the ball forward and just demanded that they tackle him. Bulls players fell for it, and he might cop 2 points for that. As you said, he was a canny footballer, Steve, when he came on, and that's canny play.
Was. Picked his man out, ran at him, hadn't retreated the 10 metres, and really kind of turned and forced the referee to give the penalty. So Paul Cook, just over 30 metres out, a little to the right of the posts. Craig Farrell coming on for... right. Collins has gone off, injured. The blow to Hull. Poucher to full back, Craig Farrell onto the wing. Craig Farrell, of course, Brian, fresh from a victory over Bradford in the academy last week. A fine performance from Hull's academy at Odsal. 14-10 victory. Paul Cook. But this penalty shot, he's missed it. And Bradford have it. Didn't make it dead, so Brooker will return it. In a bit of danger here.
Hanforth charges up. Young prop bags of energy. To Stanley. To Fielden. Looking to pass, can't. Driven back. Paul tries a little jink. Mackay straightens up. Oh, support overrunning. Paul again, kick into the corner. Now it's Daylight should collect it, and he does. Daylight's trying looking for a gap. Poucher playing at fullback now. Farrell is actually a young 18-year-old Farrell is actually from Scarborough. Not many rugby league players from Scarborough. But he's one of them. Rhodes drops off Felsh. Wilson gets rid to last. Rhodes, King to Horn, to Cook, chips for Richard Horn. Horn kicks ahead. Paul King picks it up. Referee don't like it, gives a penalty to Bradford for offside. Well, I don't know about that.
That could be a crucial decision. Very decisive. Well, the only way you could tell would be to see an action replay, which we haven't got. But enterprising little kick. And the two Hull youngsters combining. Paul Cook having a blinding game, a good option. So Bradford with the penalty and into the Hull half. Here's Hanford. Sorry, no, it's a player who's come on, a substitute. Birchall, certainly another looks another big lad. Paul Radford, good tackle down below by Andy Last. Deacon to Birchall, good tackle underneath Broadbent, Felch over the top to the right. Paul. Danger when Robbie Paul gets the ball. And that was forward to Fielden. And Andy Last had him anyway. And scrum to form as we get closer to the interval. Well, you wouldn't have thought, Brian, this is a game with little to play for.
Well, there's certainly bags of good football. It was quite enterprising, both sides. Poucher.
And there's winning money to play for. That's all we used to play for in old days.
Very true, man. Craig Salmon. King. Wilson, I should say. Gets rid of it to Cook. Lovely long ball. Parker. Farrell comes inside. Oh, big tackling by Bradford then. Drove the youngster into touch.
So more Bradford possession here inside the Hull half. Deacon, Paul at the crossfield looking to suck in defenders and does it. Oh, it's a good ball there from Brooker to McAvoy. Tackled 23 out. Radford meets Craig Simon. That's the end of that run. But Bradford on the attack. Deacon drops off Fielden. Good Hull defence. That's Broadbent again. Made some crucial tackles this first half, Paul Broadbent. Paul, long ball out to McAvoy, who's looked very dangerous on that right-hand side. 2 tackles to go. Is there? Brooker has a dart from dummy half. The last tackle. What will we get here? Paul, the angled bomb into the corner, trying to isolate young Farrell. Takes it very, very, very well. It's going to be a dropout, but under plenty of pressure there, Brian. Showed plenty of coolness and composure, Craig Farrell.
Certainly did. Very cool. Under pressure from two Bradford attackers. Took the ball well. Forced over into the in goal. Hold to drop out, so it's more pressure, more possession for Bradford. So it's Paul Cook. Keeps it low. Birchall. Tackled by Last. Withers. Deacon takes him on. Oh, running off. Got the backs to play. Must be a try. Is a try. Yeah, Mackay. Stanley saw the gap in front of him. That was quite an easy try. Good pressure that from Bradford. Forcing Hull to drop out, then bringing the ball back. And Stanley saw the gap 15 yards out and was always going to make the line.
Should be straightforward enough. No problems for him. The gap down to 6 points, 18-12. Half time almost upon us. Hull not too quick to get to the restart. Keen to get a breather, I think. A blistering start, 18-0 to 18-6, and then the disallowed try to Paul Cook. And Bradford with that darting run from young hooker Stanley, bring themselves right back into the game. Paul Cook to restart. Hanford. Birchall, sorry. Stanley again. Brooker. Mackay. And there is half time. What an excellent half we had. All Hull in the first 20 minutes. 3 excellent tries. The Bradford have come back with 2 themselves just before the interval. All to play for in the second half. 18-12 to Hull at half time. So we're back ready for the second half. Hull with that 6-point advantage. Was at one stage 18. The Bulls right back in it. The last 40 minutes of the season for Hull. The playoffs beckon for third place Bradford. Paul Cook gets us underway. Taken by Lee Radford, former Hull player of course. Gets to the 20. Wilkinson. Taken by Broadbent and King. Fielden who makes the break. Richard Horne manages to hold on and put him down. Paul to Radford into the Hull half. Birchall, fifth and last. Deacon kicks into the corner. It takes a ricochet off the Hull place, picked up by Poucher, who finds Steve Collins back on. I wonder if that was been a blood-bin substitution. They brought Craig Farrell on. Here's Poucher now playing the wing. Will again go to the right with Felch, who's having his usual industrious yardage-eating game. Rhodes, Broadbent. Almost the halfway line. Last. Wilson Throws a dummy, nice ball out of the tackle to Collins. Referee gives it forward. Maybe just a fraction forward, one of those short, sharp passes. Craig Wilson doesn't argue, I think but it probably was. And the referee, to be fair, in good position. So head and ball to Bradford.
Yeah, it was close call. I've seen those go by as well, Steve. Beautiful ball from Wilson, set it up very, very well. Took the ball to the line and just shoveled it through 2 defenders and offloaded. Mr. Conley right on the spot though. If he hadn't have been, that could have been very interesting. So McAvoy once again brought down by Wilson. Boyle. Good tackle from King. Certainly put himself about today, Andy King. Came with the full load every time he's tackled. Good pass from Deacon to Robbie Paul with us now. Turns the ball into Price. Price feeds Paul. Price goes for the tilt. Good work, last tackle. Bulls 15 metres from the post. Deacon toes one through. Not a good kick. Just too tight. Couldn't thread that one through. But the Bulls had chasers on then. That would have been close. Boucher brings the ball out. Giving his forwards a breather. Last. Looking a little bit disjointed at the moment all. Daylight has a tilt. Makes good yards. And then drag back to the 40 line. Cook puts a big kick in and it looks good. Oh, it's just half a pound too strong. And the Bulls will have a play the ball restart on the 40. So looked a little bit fatigued then, Hull, Steve.
Yeah, put an awful lot into that first half. It's Birchall takes it up. Some defending to do now. Boyle goes forward well. Fielden. Not a great pass from young hooker, but Robbie Paul rather is tackled on the 30. Brooker. Oh, nice drop off to Radford. Radford getting plenty of booing here. Deacon dummies the drop off, finds Fielden on the second and coming through. Paul Cook in the tackle. It's the last one. Withers kicks into the air, taken by Poucher. And a restart on the 20, caught on the full. Good work by Craig Poucher, but a purposeful Bradford attack. Paul King going off. Steve Craven and Mick Doherty coming on. It's who else is going off? Broadbent going off. Double change, Broadbent and King off. Doherty and Craven on. And here's Doherty straight into the play. The young Alliance prop. Craven. It's the line. Horn. Just that little half showing of the ball, taking it on, but 3 men there to meet him. Rhodes drops off Doherty. Last. Wilson. Wilson almost makes the break into the Bradford half, but it's the fifth and last. Last goes on the short side. Not a bad one. Picked up by Brooker. And the referee, what's he going to give here? Touch judge on the far side is on. I think that means there must have been obstruction on Andy Last. Bit of aggro. Much in it. Looks like could be a penalty to Hull, Brian.
I think it was Price obstructed Last. I didn't think there was a lot in it really. He turned his shoulder into him, but I'm not sure that I think he just kept his place, kept his position. So it's Wilson, Craig Wilson, calming everything down, giving the ball to Paul Cook to go to touch. Felsh. He pelts it all. Last long ball, Rhodes. Another long ball to Horn. Should have taken it. It wasn't that good actually. It was spinning forward towards him, but he should have taken it. So let off for Bradford. Fielden runs at Horn, but Horn tackles him. Bradford. Bradford finds touch. Birchall runs at Wilson. Mackay. Tackled by Horn and Felch. Paul. Flat ball to Radford. That was well met. Paul a run off. Wilson. Deacon. Long ball. Withers, inside ball to Boyle. Price. Good tackling by Hull. Desperation tackling, last tackle. Back to Deacon. High kick, long kick. Don't think it'll be a try. Last sixth tackle. And Daylight's hurt in that collision when he went up for the ball. Looks pretty high there. So the referee's going to put the tackle on report. Attacker Birchall on Doherty. Doherty's up now, don't look too hurt. So it's Paul Cook. Cook finds touch. Rhodes. Grimaldi back on. Rhodes. Horn. Driven back. 3 Bradford men in the tackle. Craven. Grimaldi into the Bradford half. Rhodes. Felsh. Tackled by Paul on halfway. Doherty to Cook. High kick from Cook. Don't think it'll go dead. It'll bounce up. It does to the fullback. Oh, it goes dead. Oh, it doesn't go dead. Oh, fullback did well to go in the field of play. Very bit lucky there, the fullback.
Well, he's certainly casual, Brian. Not about lucky. He had to regather and get it over his shoulder. A lot of courage then. And a little bit of a step got him over the line. This is Parker on the field. Coming in with some big defence now, Hall. Stanley feeds with us. And Grimaldi getting about. He's being offered a Woodbine and a cup of tea. Oh, big defence. And Doherty. And that last tackle. How often do you see Bradford contained on their own 20 in 6 tackles? And that's Rhodes almost through. Could be the game here. King spreads the ball to Horn. No, sorry, to Lass. Now Horn. Parker inside to Poucher. Good defence, good sliding defence from Brad Mackay. Excellent loose forward work. Horn. He's Doherty tackled 5 metres short, just to the right of the posts. This is Cook, gets a good ball away. Stretching the Bulls one way and then the other, spread on this time from Cook to Grimaldi. Grimaldi offloads to Horn. Horn shows, goes and hangs on. That's going to be a knock-on, I think. Yeah, just brought the ball forward, did on. He lost the ball and brought it forward. The linesman ruled a knock-on. That was excellent football from Hull, but terrific defence from the Bulls. They got to everything that Hull put on.
Yeah, great work all round. Certainly plenty of threat posed by Hull in those attacks, plenty of variety. The Bulls' defence terrific. It was Wilkinson. Richard Horn up straight away. Hull trying to contain the Bulls inside their own half, something that they haven't been able to do very well in the game, and very few sides have done this season. Short side come the Bulls with Radford. Paul Cook in the tackle. Luke Felch put him down. Deacon. Brooker. Over the 40. Fielden. Good tackle underneath that by Grimaldi. Excellent technique. Deacon with the kick into the corner. Very sensibly says, let's put it down there and make Hull work their way out. Well, turning into a terrific contest, this, Brian.
Certainly is. 18-12, plenty of time to go, but certainly an exciting game. Plenty of enterprise by both teams. Collins. Craven. Oh, bang down. Good tackle. Brad Mackay. Penalty to Hull. Cook finds touch again for Hull. So Bradford offside from that tap. Cook finds a good long touch for Hull. Excellent attacking position. Felsh. Rhodes takes a difficult ball to Horn. Grimaldi straightens up. Oh, good run by Grimaldi. Horn. Doherty. Rhodes. Dummies the switch. Horn. Grimaldi, Parker, tackle a yard short. Grimaldi, hold, I think he's held up over the line. Be another 6 for Hull. That's good defence by Bradford, but enterprising play again by Hull. Craig Wilson's gone off after his cameo role, that's why Grimaldi's come back, Steve. So it's Rhodes to feed. To Horn. Collins. Good tackle by Robbie Paul underneath. Horn runs off. Tackle by McAvoy. Rhodes. Dummies the drop off. Oh, ball to Grimaldi to Rhodes. Not a good pass. Pops up for Poucher. That was well tackled by the Bradford defence. Craven. Cook. Oh, lovely ball by Cook. Yeah, the Parker's over. What a good ball by Paul Cook. 3 of Hull tries have resulted from pinpoint passing from Paul Cook, and there's the 3rd one to Paul Parker. Strong enough to resist the last Bradford tackling. Really done well as Paul Cook today. Playing very, very well, Steve.
Really excellent work by Paul Cook. Right to the line, and then the accuracy and composure of the pass, and credit also to Paul Parker. Came onto that ball, timed his run superbly, and Hull get the points for the pressure. Just going to say, I thought they needed some points from this pressure, because they've certainly plenty of ball in the Bradford 20-metre area in the last few minutes. In from the far side. Oh, the men stand like it. They like it. It's over. 4th success to Paul Cook, 24-12.
Well, it's well weighted, and the ball's lost, and that will be a Bulls feed. I mean, in those 2 previous sets, Steve, we just show how good the Bulls' defence is on the line. They're a tough tight side to crack when they're backed up to their own line, and Paul Cook's done it 3 times this game.
Whole possession. That well, the ball was pulled away from Steve Collins. Collins certainly caught it, and then in turning and being tackled down towards the touchline, the ball went out. The referee has given that it was a Bradford hand that did that. It was Luke Felch. Doherty was working very, very hard. Rhodes, Horn, Grimaldi, short pass, again very well read by the Bradford defence. That's Withers, is it out there? McAvoy, no, Withers, Craven takes play into the Bradford half. A good driving run by Steve Craven. 5th and last. What will Hull try? Comes to Cook. Kicks through, finds touch inside the Bradford 20. Play them down here. It's a good reply from the kick-off from Hull. So, Fielden standing out of the scrum. Fancies a run at Collins, but it's a good tackle. Cook is there to over the top to finish off. Paul to Brooker. Bradford trying to get this roll on based on power play, quick play of the ball. It's very efficient work done at speed. Radford this time. 3 tackles up to the 40-metre line. Who's this? McDowell. Deacon, long ball out to Withers. Very powerful centre or full-back winger, Michael Withers. versatile player and very powerful Australian. It's Deacon's measured kick, again trying to isolate Daylight. Daylight takes it well, bit of protection from Cook, and does very well. Matt Daylight having so much better game today than had at Wigan. Put that nightmare behind him. Last, Felch. Scott Rhodes throws a dummy. Deacon there to meet him. On Craven. Cook going for a 40-20. Just going to go the wrong side of the post. Will it go out? No, yes it does. Yeah, and able to restart on the 20. Brooker in good position. So Bradford possession make on the 20.
Yeah, Brooker using the new rule, putting his foot over the dead ball line as he played the ball. So the Bulls doing the tough yards. 2 long kicks from Cook then. There goes Price, does well, offloads. The Bulls might as well start playing catch-up football. 12 points behind with 18 minutes to go. Brooker feeds Radford. Robbie Paul spreads it to Deacon. Deacon will Fielden goes into the line. Again pushes the line back. McDowell. Birchall. Well, Birchall shouldn't have been there. Just slowed the things down, slowed the ball down to get into the kicker, which was Deacon. And Price trying to pinch the ball off Collins, but Collins hangs on. Daylight, good tackle Radford, good run from Daylight. Craven comes in. These young Bulls players, Birchall and Radford and Stanley, have all acquitted themselves well today. Last tackle, Hull, just on the half, ball goes back. Rhodes puts one in. That's going to be too strong as well. And it's disappointing as a coach when your players are on their own 40 and they kick the ball dead right down there. That just lets the opposition off, gives them a chance to restart. Although with a 12-point lead, it's not the end of the world. Brooker. Radford needs some big defence. Oh, Robert Connolly having a seizure out there. Good ball from Robbie Paul, releases Withers almost. But good defence from all. Slid across, Broadbent back on track, looks like it. Fielden, that's good yards, last tackle. That'll be a penalty. Well, I think it deserves a penalty and an Oscar for that one.
Well, it gives Bradford a good position here. 20 metres from the whole line. Here's Birchall. Deacon, Paul picks up the deeper runner, Brooker, but Cook and Simon read that well. McDowell. Tackle 5 metres away. Paul. Deacon lying deep. Struggling to find somebody to pass through. Eventually finds Withers. Ball comes loose. And Richard Horn makes the tackle on the Bradford covering player was Birchall. We've got to stay switched on. Withers takes it up. 5th and last. Now what sort of kick are we going to get here from Deacon, who's kicked very well? Decides this time an angled little kick through. Well picked up by Paul Cook. Did very well indeed. Daylight from dummy half. Back to the form he had earlier in the season. Some good yards made from there. Took 11 metres. Collins makes a further 10. Broadbent. Back on for Steve Craven. Makes the 40. Last. Little dart from dummy half. Last's away. Gets through Mackay's tackle. Andy Last lacking support. Finds Collins. Collins immediately wrapped up. But good work by Andy Last. Good support by Collins. To the right. Rhodes. Up to the line. Horn. Not a great pass out to Poucher, but he manages to take it. And it's the last tackle on the Bradford's 20. And Parker for Bradford. McAvoy. Second tackle. Doherty makes the tackle. Deacon. Paul. Brooker. Good work by Paul Cook. Having an outstanding game, Paul Cook. A great whole team performance, but Paul Cook absolutely outstanding. Doherty in the tackle on his fellow young forward for Bradford, Birchall. It's out to the far side. And Hull get men into the tackle, stop the ball coming out. It's the last one. We're going to see here from Deacon. Chip over, good one. Cook again saves the day. Finds Collins. Collins with a bit of space. Finds Broadbent. Paul Broadbent comes back in field looking for support. Will play it just inside the Bradford 40. Well, Paul Cook again. An excellent chip by Deacon. Paul Cook was there. Rhodes. Horn. Parker. On that far side. Wrapped up by Withers. Horn again. Grimaldi. Last another dart. Brings Doherty back up the ruck. Up to the 20. Michael Doherty. Rhodes looking for the drop goal. Has angled it, but it's to the right. It's wide. Bradford restart on the 20 Mick.
So, Hull still leading 24-12, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. Our timekeeper's just said, as Brooker brings it out, here goes Fielden. Oh, almost through, good tackle underneath from Rhodes. Withers. Not being quite able to get away, either Withers or McAvoy today. That's down to Hull's good defence. Price steps inside, offloads. Deacon with a chance. Brooker comes. Offloads. To McDowell. McDowell gets rid of one. And then they've actually brought down. Smith back on. Feeds Deacon. Deacon inside to Mackay. Good tackle underneath from Grimaldi. Price. Looks as though he's moved in field. Toes it through. Daylight does well under pressure. Chase from Radford and Price. So good effort. And I think if Hull see this set out, that probably will be the match. Yeah, the Bulls got next week in mind, next Friday when they go to St Helens. Robbie Paul's had a run out, he's adding it up, and he's worked hard. And they've moved Price into standoff, so that shows you what Bradford are thinking about so far.
Yeah. Cook with a big towering kick turns Withers. Brooker, the ball hits the post, he's got plenty of time to come back. But meets a good tackle by Andy Last, a hard tackle. And Brooker, a bit of play acting, then realises no penalty, gets up and plays it. Wilkinson. The second tackle. McAvoy has a dart. To the 40. Deacon. Fielden, great tackle. Parker read that superbly. A very difficult man to put down, and he did it well. Robbie Paul is still on, just taking it in that left-hand channel. Last tackle comes back to Price. A big bomb. Quite a few players offside. Foucher takes it well. High kick didn't have the pressure because the Bradford chasers were offside, but it was nevertheless a towering kick. Daylight to Simon. Was it on the 40? Broadbent carting it forward again, makes halfway. Great work by Paul Broadbent. Felch going off, Wilson coming on. Luke Felch has had a magnificent workaholic game. Last. Wilson takes it forward, hits the line, will play it on the 40. Well, keeps it moving. Poucher in off the wing. Ball goes loose. Knock on by Withers. Bit of bad luck there for him. Hull tried to keep the ball alive, but it gives Hull the scrum 30 metres out. So here we are, Horn. We'll take them on, have a run, Richard Horn almost through! Oh, and then tries the pass that wasn't really on. Bradford come up with it. Unlucky, was almost away, couldn't quite get the pass in. Went forward. Well, that Richard Horn pace, worrying the defender, did well actually to hang on to him. So Bradford possession on their own 20. Richard Horn taking the knock in that. I think it might be a blood bin. Well, we think about 5 or 6 minutes. I was keeping official time today. And Price put down on the 20. Wilkinson met by Craig Wilson. Radford will haul quickly in to meet him, bang him down. Deacon, Hudson Smith, Bradford player who can hit the line and offload, but he's wrapped up by 3 defenders. I think young Doherty's got through a ton of work since coming on. The width with Withers, and now McAvoy, and here's a bit of trouble, but a good ankle tap by Poucher does enough to bring Withers down. It's the last tackle. Comes to Deacon, all his players are onside this time, and not a good kick, or he rebounded off a Hull man and Hull come up with possession. Doherty gratefully falls on it. Collins to Simon. Craig Simon, not held. Not held, up almost to the halfway line. A hard tackle there from Fielden. Wilson just looking to join the man and then pass. And the penalty. Well, Craig Wilson wins the penalty. Well, in no hurry at all to take this. Certainly Craig Simon in some pain, but won't want to go off. Broadbent takes it up. finishing the season as he began it, taking it forward, working very hard for Hull. Doherty. Wilson has a little dart, offloads to Collins, 5 metres away, Bradford man out, Fielden struggling to get to his feet. Hull on the attack, Cook goes for the drop goal, gets it. Paul Cook, suitable man to win the game for Hull, Brian. Man of the match, 13-point lead. You can't really see Bradford coming back from that now.
You're quite right, Paul Cook was the man to drop the goal. He's had a superb game for Hull. Both with the boots and with his hands. So we'll go for the short one again. The dual but short one down the middle. It should be Grimaldi's ball, it is. Too long, that one. Craig Farrell on. It's good yards. Wilson. Sean McRae coming out with Tony Anderson taking the applause from the best stand side. Doherty again. Wilson. Inside ball, Simon. Ooh. Good tackle by Deakin then. And Cook kicks for touch. Oh, what a lovely kick by Paul Cook. So it's Deakin. With us. Good tackle by Doherty, but they get Bradford getting rid of the ball. Wilkinson, long ball. Price sidesteps, looking for a gap. Tackled by Grimaldi and halfway, and there's the full-time hooter, with Hull victorious in the last game of the season by 25 points to 12, and a great win by Hull. I think earlier on would have expected a 5th place really, Steve, but injuries in the last 9-10 games have crippled Hull. But it's given a chance really for the young players to shine, and the shine they certainly have. We've had a really cameo performance from Paul Cook today. Brilliant game. I think Doherty came on impressive, didn't he, late on? Good last half hour. Played very strongly.
And Andy Last, I think, has had an excellent game. And though Bradford were certainly under strength, they've put a formidable side out here today and been very competitive. So don't let that take any of the gloss away from this fine win. 25-12. Bradford will go to St Helens in the playoff, though, in confident mood, I'm sure. It should be a cracking game at Knowsley Road next Friday. And Hull, well, we'll have to wait on Warrington's result today, see whether they finish 7th or 6th. But a very, very upbeat way to end the season. A lot of players making their final appearance here today. But the inheritance, certainly giving the performance of the youngsters, is looking very good. A lot of new signings to come to the club next year. 3 Smiths, that's going to cause us a few problems next year, Brian. Chris, Jason and Tony. But it's a good way to end the season. Final score from the Boulevard, Hull FC 25, the Bradford Bulls 12.